You're listening to the November 1st, 2014 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Here we are again then. Hello chaps. A few questions on the board game, if I may. These are common questions from readers. Well, actually, if I'm to be honest, two.
Good heart and good cheer to you also, Blossom. We are ready to commence.
Thank you. So, what happens when we reach the end of the board game? Does our energy integrate once again with the oneness?
This is, as most are, a question that one would consider aborting before beginning, as it is a very complex one. Yet, we shall do our best to satisfy these queries.
Thank you.
The game in which you are involved belongs to that of the earthly density. When not within that density, life feels very different. One, we might say, is released from the shackles that bind one to the board.
So are we only in the game whilst we're alive on Earth?
Yes.
When we pass on, what on earth makes us want to come back?
The free will choices that one does not experience in the same manner elsewhere. Earth is the master school for a soul's individual growth. This is why so many are keen to be part of the game. Yet, the lack of memory on returning to Earth, time after time, portrays the game to be far more complicated than it actually is.
Elaborate, if you would.
Being of self-support upon, within your density, allows such expansion of the soul as an individual aspect of the higher part of you.
Is the higher part of me the higher part of me? Or is it the higher part of all of us, the oneness?
We would have to answer both, because there are stepping stones to the highest of all, and a section of these stepping stones is a higher part of the individual self.
So when we pass over from here, do we not automatically blend in and become part of the oneness?
That would depend on the level of love the soul aspired to. One of very high standing would indeed know how to access that. Yet, it would also depend on one's format for ascending. Different choices allow different pathways to serve the soul. Some desire the bumpier road, for it benefits their growth, although they have no recollection of the whys and wherefores at the time of these learnings.
So, as individuals, is it simply that we desire to enhance the one by learning all these things for the betterment of ourselves? Is it that by becoming the highest vibration of our individual selves, we then, when merging back into the whole, have made the whole a better one? Oh, poop. It's going to be one of those days.
The one is all love. You are all love. You were created as individuals to experience as love, as God, what everything can be. Black or white, light or dark, happy or sad, etc. As you know, you could not know what one thing is if there was not the opposite to distinguish one from the other.
So if everything, the one, is all love already, how do we as individuals enhance it?
Everything has room for expansion. It is all endless. Nothing can stand still. Everything is energy. Energy cannot be still. It is always moving.
Onwards?
There is no onwards. There is simply movement.
Okay, I'm going to try and keep on track. So, when we pass over, you say we're no longer in the game. When we reincarnate, do we have to start at the beginning again?
No. Depending on one's position of soul, and depending on the soul's purpose, the next time on the board, they would be positioned at a juncture that is most beneficial for one to continue.
Does one leave the game before completing it?
Oh, yes. Many, many times.
So, are you saying we get plonked back in the place where we left off?
For some, it depends on their needs. What we would like to assist with here is that you are contemplating this game as if there are set understandings. Do you remember we said there are no instructions? You devise the game as you go along, with all its twists and turns. As you experience new thoughts, the game expands. You are in the game. You are of the game. You are the game. Is it not that in your world, games are played as children for fun? These questions and thoughts many of you are having are taking what is into a what is not state. Lighten up. You chose to be here, to be of love, to see what fun you can have. You choose to have fun, or you choose to be miserable.
No matter what one's circumstances.
Yes. As an observer, one may say, now if I choose to make this move, and then I choose to make that one, it shall take me to this place. Yet, if I choose to do this instead of that, it shall take me to there. A strategy is in place when one chooses to be on top of one's game.
Yet it's the feelings involved that make it different from just a game. I know you say to be detached, yet the feelings are crucial to our everyday living.
Of course. How grateful you are to have these feelings when not deeply involved in them. When not of earth, you can understand why the feelings are necessary. They are one of your most useful assets in moving up the board. They are your guiding light. Without these feelings, there would be no way of knowing whether you were traveling up or down. Your feelings are your most treasured asset. Yet, even your heaviest feelings perhaps could be carried more lightly. To understand that you are within an illusion is not an easy concept.
No sugar, Sherlock. Especially when you're in it. You can see things so differently because you're not.
And this is why we choose to come to assist you in seeing things from our vantage point, to assist you in easing up, in showing you pointers. When one knows how to play the game, when one understands the bigger picture and the reason behind it, then how much more quickly one can move up the board.
Yet how can you know how to play it if we are making it up as we go along?
Because that is how you play it.
Okay, so What is the bigger picture and, indeed, the reason behind it?
The bigger picture is the overall view of everything. The bigger picture is the vastness of all that is. It is an ever-changing tapestry of truths.
Whoa, I have to stop you there, because I know you'd like me to write a book called exactly that, Tapestry of Truths. I haven't started it yet, because I've no idea what it's about. Perhaps it's about the bigger picture. Interesting that you say those very words. Sorry to interrupt, do continue. And the reasoning behind it.
For love to discover itself with, in, as, in everything. Everything you do, every move you make, you do for love.
Sounds like a cue for a song.
You make your decisions. You feel your feelings. You play your part upon this stage in the name of love.
See, that struck a chord. Everything you do it for love. It's the for bit that interests me.
So, in a sense, everything you do, you are doing it for yourself because you are love. Yet, in the same way, in exactly the same way, you are doing it for everyone, everything. For everything is love.
Something's missing. I can sense that there's something missing to do with doing it for love.
If you are not doing it for love, then something is indeed missing. What you are aware of is that we have not said, because words will not push the button, that you do be all that you do and be for the sake of love.
I get this in my heart, yet you're correct. We cannot put it into words. For me, it's a sort of feeling of being here and doing whatever I do for... Oh, how frustrating. It is for love. Yet maybe I should say on behalf of love. That's not right either. I'm me playing the game as best I can because I love so very much and want to do it for her, him, them, it, all, everything.
We know your meaning.
Not sure anyone else will.
Yet they shall, many shall, for it means so much in feeling beyond the words. Right now, in this lifetime, each one of you has chosen to be here for that very reason, to play your part in love, to be of service in love, because you want to, because you love love so much. Which also means you love you so much. And when you undermine yourselves or feel yourselves to be unworthy, you are not being of service to love. And you choose to be in this game in order to be of service, to get who you are. When you get who you are, the game is such fun. It is a dawdle, as you would say. Be love for the sake of love. Yet, of course, it doesn't matter.
And we were swimming downstream so nicely.
When not of this earthly mortal coil, when having exceeded all expectations of yourself, by accomplishing the game, you will get that.
I had quite a few questions to ask, yet, as always, we get sidetracked. That's simply the way it goes. Loving every minute. Thanking you, thanking me, thanking love.
Thanking all that is for all that it is.